1992 when Fred LeBeau, who was the guy who really made the marathon, was recovering from an illness and was running the marathon with the great Greta Vates. My task that year was sort of unique. I was the radio operator who was assigned to Sarah, Fred's sister, to keep her informed, basically mile by mile, of how Fred was doing and his condition and his status. And he did in fact finish the race. And that was a very moving experience. And of course, every year, even now, we're still doing communications. The last couple of decades, the last 10 or 20 years, I've been working at the finish line, and I look forward to it again in November.
Tell you, my mother made us all go out there. It was like we was on Nostrand Avenue, was down the block on Flushing and Bedford. It wasn't as early as we go now, because we go 6 o'clock in the morning now. We're unloading the truck, setting up the run, the water, tables. And it just got big and better, and it's fantastic, because the little kids, they love it.
Well, I went downstairs to pick up my mail, and there was this sign looking for volunteers. And I thought to myself, gee, that's some way of being part of it. It was becoming a big event at that time, the marathon. And I figured, gee, that's a good way to be part of the organization. So I volunteered, I filled out the form, so on and so forth. And then I went and did my first race. And when I left that night, I asked her if there were any other races like that. And she said, yeah, call the club, there's a race every single weekend. And I thought to myself, she gotta be kidding. First of all, I don't even know what club she's talking about. And secondly, I thought, no, I'm not coming to this place every single weekend. But P.S., I've been there practically every single weekend, doing every single conceivable job that they have, from the water all the way up to scoring. And now I do mostly finish line work.
You know the press truck, of course, where they sit in 3 or 4 tiers going up? Well, being proud of the Dutch Kill Civic Association, we hung a banner across the road. Do I have to tell you what happened when the truck came by? There were a lot of heads that were lucky they were still on their shoulders. After that, I think they prohibited from putting banners across the roadway. So, and yeah, we did scare a few people that day.
Because we didn't have chairs then, we sat, if we were lucky, we sat on the 5-gallon can, the plastic can, in order to cut the chips, or we asked the runner if they could lift up their legs, which was also so terrible to see, but you could see the joy that they were getting the chips off of their shoes to keep them official and recorded and all.
It's something so funny when you give them the first person to 1 cup of water. It's like you become hypnotized and you just start doing it and doing it and doing it, and it is like a family event for us, you know. Well, there's a lot, but there was one time during the time that Mayor Dinkins he was the mayor at the time. And usually sometimes some of the mayors, they may wave from the car or they may get out. And this particular time, he actually stopped and he got out and he happened to pick up my little niece. So that was like, to us, we thought we were stars at that time.
We used to use skateboards and buckets and stuff, man. You know, collect water, you know, just setting up everything, you know. At the first time I did it was a lot of hard work, but I got so used to it. It's just been joyful for me.
I've actually run the marathon 3 times, which is not a very good thing to do, being on your feet for 4 or 5 hours and then trying to go run the marathon, because I kept my volunteer job all those years too. You don't want to give up your spot in case somebody else wanted to take it. So New York was never my best times in running, that's for sure.